Yes, everybody, welcome back to the Fixture List. Says it there on the wall. That's how you know it's true.
It's definitely true because it says it.
Right there.
Yeah.
Fixture List. Stephen Howson, Joe Smith.
I do.
Feels like I should welcome you to me chat show and ask you what film you're here to fucking ram down our
It's all
throats.
gone very Parkinson since I was last on. And I don't mean your shaky hand. I mean the fact that this feels like some sort of ITV, BBC chat show. It's great, isn't it?
It used to be just me and you sitting on a table in front of brick.
Or a dartboard, when we had the ingenious idea to bring the dartboard in.
Maybe we need to bring the dartboard. I feel very bottom of the ocean over here.
Yeah, it's quite subaquatic, this, isn't it? The set we've got going on, and I love it.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, me too.
Shout out to the wife, did a sterling job.
Yeah.
I'm gonna point out some things that they might not have noticed. We've got the little artistic figures down there holding footballs. Yeah. That's to represent we like football.
That's us.
Yeah.
But in sort of wooden form.
Yeah, with more air.
Yeah.
Behind Joe, we've got a bit of turf. We've got some darts, because we did darts once. We've got tennis balls, because I've got a dog. We've got that, I don't know what that is. And then we've got, I don't know if you can see the furthest one. Can they actually see the furthest one? Which is a hand holding some other darts. Yeah.
Hand holding the darts, brilliant. Lovely little set. We know what we've got to do now, don't we? Make a great show to match it, Steve.
Well, can't have everything at once, can you?
No.
We've got a jug of water.
We've got a jug of water, that's real as well.
That's real.
That's not prop water.
That's no, it's real water, that.
Fantastic.
Real Manchester water. No, you can't have it now. He's fingered it.
Legit. Icy cold. Fantastic.
Is there anything to talk about?
Yeah, there's loads of stuff to talk about.
It's happened.
Loads of stuff. Cristiano Ronaldo's gone mental. United have signed him. He's just scoring all the goals all the time now.
Did you watch any of the game last night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watched all of it. Well, I watched from about 30 minutes onwards.
So you missed him missing the penalty.
Yeah, I missed the penalty.
So you got the, here's the award for top scorer at the Euros. Here's a penalty. And he's like, no, I'm not going to break the record and have a run call with Ronaldo.
No, fuck that.
I'm going to do it in injury time.
Yeah. With two sensational headers. The second one especially, 90 plus 6 minutes to win the game, is like, it's just a little of a ball. There's no power on it, no pace on it. He's basically...
Someone's got, I'm going to stick it in this area
just
here.
get it somewhere in. And he's sort of just in the centre of the box, maybe slightly just toward the back post, off centre. And the power he gets on that to get it past the goalkeeper. The goalie had no chance. And he's not heading it from 2 yards out. He's like 10 yards out, 10 yards out. Like, just thinking back to the Southampton game for United, the headers that Greenwood and Pogba had, if one of those falls to Ronaldo, that's a goal. 9 times out of 10, that's a goal.
Think of all the ones now. Here's a really interesting thing. So Harry Maguire basically wins all the headers.
Yeah.
And then does fuck all with them at corners, attacking corners.
Other than 3 times a year when he scores, but yeah.
Is it even that many?
Something like that.
Now you've got an option. Yeah. So people mark Maguire because they go, he's hard work at corners, get hold of him. Now you're going to go, hang on, who are we actually marking here? You're going to mark the most goal scoringest guy ever?
Yeah.
Or you're going to mark Slabhead?
Or you're also going to mark Rafael Varane, whose headed winning percentage is as good as Maguire's, which people seem to overlook. Just because he's fast, people think he must be shit in the air.
And United brought a set-piece coach in.
Yeah.
That guy's walked in, looked at fucking Dan James and Mason and Marcus, who couldn't head a fucking ball on the floor, and gone, oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah. And then he's gone, wait. Slabhead, come on down. Yeah. Varane, come on down. And then the last one, right, and this might be a lie, you guys decide. I watched last night's game with Michael Jordan, and Michael Jordan turned to me and went, Steve, I've never seen a human being hang time like that. No. That is ridiculous. Yeah. I don't know what you know about Michael Jordan.
But
he used to be a hell of a baseball player.
Yeah, he was a very good baseball player. And I know he lives near you, so I'm not surprised you watched the game together.
Yeah, but he lives in Ireland.
But I think Ronaldo is genuinely up there with the best ever headers of a ball. Certainly that I've ever
Let's
seen.
just say, just in terms of athletic footballers,
yeah,
there's literally no one who has that. I saw a video once about the technique that the way he lifts his legs up to his arse gives him an extra bit of hang time because it changes where the weight shifted in your body. His hang time is frankly ridiculous. Yeah. So you've seen that one where there's a ball in there on a stick somewhere, which represents the one that he had for Juventus against Sampdoria.
Oh yeah, and it's like 10 feet off the floor. And he's heading it. Yeah. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, he's like level with the top of the crossbar when he heads it.
Yeah, there's a guy standing on the floor like, what am I supposed to do with that?
Yeah, exactly. It's like
he probably walks off the pitch, the man's like, free header, yeah. He'd be like, What do you want me to do?
I'm 5'7", and he's jumped 10 feet in the air to head that ball. It's going to be ridiculous. I mean, those goals last night were ridiculous. To break the record as well. And that's one of those records that I remember being a kid at school, and you Google like, who scored the most goal? Who's kissed the most birds? Stuff like that. Literally like these fundamental records in football. Who has scored the most goals for their country? Do you know what I mean? Who scored the most goals for the country? And Ali Dia was always up there. I think it was 2006 he scored the last one of those 109 goals. And it was one of those like comically high numbers. Because for England it's 53 Rooney.
Do you know what's another comically high number? The fact that Ronaldo's played 180 games.
Yeah, ludicrous. But the fact that, because again, no offence to the Asian football nationalities and stuff, but generally speaking, the standard is lower. So when you're playing in qualifiers, you're playing against other teams from in Asia.
Portugal, not usually a top 5 team either.
No, exactly. But the goals that Ali Dia managed to score are reflected in the fact that he's playing against lesser teams.
Yeah,
Ronaldo,
it's not like he's one of the best players ever playing in, like, I don't know, I'll pull a team completely at random, Argentina.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like that. He's playing, he managed to get those goals because of the standard of opposition wasn't particularly high. So it always just seemed unachievable that anyone would get near 100 goals for your country is ludicrous. 50 is the mark of a top striker.
Is work.
Yeah.
That's 10 years of being consistently selected.
Yeah. Ronaldo's, I think it's 18 years in a row he has scored for Portugal. Absolutely obscene. Ridiculous.
Do you know what? His contract technically takes him up to his 20th anniversary of signing for United.
Unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Do you know what else is unbelievable? Both the times he signed for United have happened within 24 hours.
And hasn't it been like 12 million both times?
Yeah.
It's not bad, is it? Ridiculous. Like the fact that he's broken that record that just seemed so out of possibility, just not in another stratosphere, is unbelievable. Amazing.
So that was Ireland potentially ballsing up their qualification. That they lost to Luxembourg, I think it was in March, which has completely fucked their whole shit up anyway. I think they're in a group with Portugal and Serbia, so they was up against it.
Yeah.
And then you don't drop points to fucking Luxembourg, do you lads? Jesus, come on, play the game. Now, I've got a bit of breaking news for you.
Huh?
It involves you.
Huh? I'm not playing for Luxembourg. I'll do it.
It's better than that.
Oh, go on then.
So on the 11th of November, Ireland are hosting Portugal at the Aviva. I want to go and do a live show there.
Oh. Me, yeah. Yes, lads. I'm well up for that. We going?
Sophie's in the middle of booking it right now.
Fantastic. I didn't even know this. Why are you telling me now?
I meant to tell you earlier, and I thought I'd just tell you one in now.
Yeah, brilliant.
So,
Ace. What are we doing?
Sound? We'll just do this in a bar.
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Brilliant.
So, we'll do a fixture list on the road, watching, Bruno and Ronaldo against, let's be honest, one of the worst Irish sides in fucking years.
In a while. What do you make of the fact that Bruno, he obviously gets in the team, he was subbed after like 61 minutes, he got subbed quite a lot in the Euros, he doesn't have that goal and assist record like he does for United and Sporting for Portugal. He doesn't seem quite the same player, the same stature while he's there.
Systems.
Do you think it's just the system?
Systems make everything. And actually, I've been trying to roll around what United system's going to be with the bringing in of Ronaldo because I've been having a look at him. I'm going to bring a video out on Saturday which literally looks into where will Ronaldo play for United. Number 9.
But he drifts a lot though.
No, this is the big thing.
Yeah.
He does not stay and lead the line. He will play the 9 and he'll get there, but he don't stay there. He's more of what Rooney did when he was a 9, actually. Probably without the pressing, because he's not pressing.
He don't press at all. I think he's in like the 2nd percentile for presses, by the way. Like, just doesn't do it.
Yeah, guess what? No. So I think he'll be the 9, and I'm looking at, I think he might actually play off the left sometimes, especially while Marcus is getting back to fitness. And I actually think, I don't know who you'll do it against, but I think Ole will do it, be like, fuck it, let's have a see. A 4-4-2, and I don't mean a diamond, I mean a 4-4-2 with Sancho and Rashford and Cavani and Bruno and Pogba and Cristiano, and it will be like Norwich at home. But I think Ole's going, bollocks. Let's have a fucking go.
Somewhere in the world, when you said 4-4-2, Sean Dyche just got a semi then, He just hears it in the wind. He went, what's happened? Don't worry, dear. Yeah, everything all right, Sean?
You see that they played 1-11 the other day?
Fantastic.
Squad
like
numbers.
It's fucking an England match in the 50s. Amazing.
1-11.
Brilliant.
And they obviously played 4-4-2.
Yeah, exactly.
Well.
Yeah, imagine that.
Sensational.
Pogba and Bruno in the middle, Rashford on the left, Sancho on the right, Cavani and Ronaldo up front?
I actually think Cavani and Ronaldo, because of the way they do slightly different things, and it is only slightly different, I think it could actually work.
Yeah. Cavani's pressing and movement. Ronaldo's just positioning, speed, aerial ability. Because he's still fucking quick, Ronaldo.
Do you know what we need to do? We need to bring Beckham out of retirement.
Yeah.
Because, listen, mate, all you got to do, 5 times a game, put it in that sort of area.
And that's 3 goals.
Yeah.
Sensational.
For Ronaldo and Cavani,
honestly.
come on, mate. This is almost, it's almost too much sauce.
Yeah. I do think we will see Ronaldo on the left, Cavani up front in games this season. You know, possibly in the not too distant future, because like
And
you said,
I think when we're fucking 0-0 last 10 minutes,
it's all on. Just 8 men on the last man.
it's the poker equivalent or the football equivalent of going.
Yeah, all in. You haven't even seen the flop. All in.
We're all in.
Fucking from the start.
And here's the good thing is, like, United used to, do you remember the Louis van Gaal days? And you would see us just fucking walloping balls into the box for Falcao. And for fucking...
Falcao's good in the air. His heading ability is brilliant, but he
ain't Ronaldo and Cavani.
Couldn't beat him on the way they
and no, and even our VP's heading ability is not the danger. And you saw with Ronaldo and Portugal last night, they weren't David Beckham, watch this kind of balls. They were just that'll do.
Well, if you think of 2 of the greatest goals he scored for United, I think the header in the final against Chelsea is that hang again. It's just, Wes Brown, just same thing.
He's just stuck it in a zone.
The Paul Scholes against Roma, make sure the ball is in the air for 3 seconds and he'll be there. It's not even like find his head, it's just find the sky and he'll find the ball.
Dwight York looked like a good header of the ball, but only at United.
Yeah, because he's glancing in David Beckham's whipped. All you have to do is just let it skim your head and it's in. Ronaldo's like finding and putting the power on these balls that are literally just
Ronaldo
chips.
now.
I can't even imagine it. Can't even imagine it.
I think that breaks the matrix.
Yeah, that's too much.
I think they go, well, who's wearing 7?
Both of them.
Right.
Why is there a rule against that? Who gives a shit? It's 2 different players. Let me
It also has a different name.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to, the names are different.
People go, wait. You 2 look the same. So it's all the same on the front.
Yeah, exactly. They've already got the same kit on, same socks on, probably the same boots on.
I'm going to start a petition for, it's got a different name on it, just fucking roll with it.
Yeah, let's have a team full of 1s. Fantastic.
Wouldn't that be shit?
All right, then team full of 0s. In basketball, you can have 0.
Can you?
Yeah.
United have had an indifferent start. People were fuming that we beat Wolves.
You think it's indifferent? Performance-wise?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, Leeds was superb.
Yeah.
I was ready to say some
And
outrageous
7 points
shit.
after 3 games, whilst it's not like ideal, it's very much you'll take it. I would anyway. I would have taken that. Because I just think it's so easy to drop points in those opening. Look at last season.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's horrible. I would have taken 7 after 3.
Do you know what? Wolves away. A point's not awful there.
No.
But we should have beat Southampton.
Yeah, should have been the other way. Yeah, you can see dropping a point against Wolves, especially got this new system. They look really good, I thought.
Wolves?
Yeah.
Wolves are always a nightmare.
Yeah.
And people are like, where did Adama Traore come from? Where have you fucking been?
Yeah, exactly.
This is what he does.
Yeah, in a high-pressing team as well, where when he wins the ball back, he's on your centre-backs. That's perfect for him. The fact that he can't shoot is great. There was one point where he was going past Fred as he just did whatever he wanted. And the ball he was on the 18-yard box. Like, it's Traore, it's fine. And it just hits some shot that just skews off anywhere.
You get a goal scorer with him, an absolute Gary Goals. Like, you put him in the Bayern Munich team for big Gary Goalski in the middle.
Or at Tottenham, like they're trying to do. Or they tried to do, didn't they? It's trying to get him there.
They'd probably score a lot of goals because his dribbling is in like the 99 percentile. He is like in the top 5 of dribblers in world football.
Yeah. And he's done that
And
thing.
then you can have an opinion on that, but you'd be wrong because it's factual.
He's done that thing as well where it's like everyone else is like a cute little sort of like dressage horse, and he's just gone full bison. Like he doesn't look like any. They're on like Akinfenwa was one, but he's always been a lower league player. No one looks like him.
No.
His thighs
Not
are
even
like
Hulk
yeah.
was that jacked.
He's got the body type of a snooker table.
He needs to stop pretending he doesn't do weights as well.
No, it doesn't.
Because
He don't
guess what?
pretend,
I've
does he?
read fucking textbooks.
Has he really?
Yeah, he says he don't do weights.
That's not true.
It's just absolute.
No one has got
what
a
steroids are you doing then?
36-inch thigh that doesn't do weights.
If you're not doing weights, right, you can get that jacked using body weight, but you're going to need to do some Herculean amount of gear.
Yeah.
Right, because it's just not possible.
No.
Just say you're doing squats.
Because it's not like...
Because you clearly are.
Yeah, someone with like Michael Carrick's body where you're like, oh, he's in good shape, he's got quite a... I don't actually go to the gym. Oh, I can maybe.
What do you do? Loads of running.
Yeah, loads of running.
Like Brian Robson did 1,000 press-ups a day.
Press-ups, yeah, that kind of shit. No one looks like Adama Traore without doing weights. Impossible.
And actually, about 90% of people who do weights don't look like Adama Traore either.
A little bit more.
Probably is more, yeah.
A little bit of that tasty stuff.
Yeah. So, the guy's absolutely jacked to fuck. But he actually does create a significant number of chances. Like Paul Pogba had one of those world-class all-time games against Leeds on the opening game of the season, and he created 5 chances. Well, Adama created 4 against United.
Yeah.
Like, just because someone's...
Mason Greenwood in front of him.
Bingo. Just because someone's not slotting them away after you've done that doesn't make the chances that you're creating not count. No. It doesn't count as an assist, obviously, but he's still creating chances, and I rate him very, very, very highly. Like if we'd have binned him off and binned Dan James off and brought him in, that is just because that's what he gets called in, mostly Dan James.
Which I like, by the way.
Couldn't be further from the truth.
Funny though.
Funny, yeah. Couldn't be further from the truth.
Speaking of Mason Greenwood, by the way.
Can we speak about Dan James first?
Okay, sure.
I judged him early. I was fucking right. Remember, Perth, first game we saw him, I'm not having him.
Yeah, but here's the thing. He was never meant to be United's new Ronaldo, the new Giggs, the new
even
whoever.
what he did, not having.
What I didn't think he was good against Leeds. Do you think that intensity, that energy, especially when he came in?
All he's got is an ability to press someone.
Yeah, but when you compare that to, someone like Martial, for instance, or obviously Martial's had 23 goal seasons for United. Dan James would never have that. But there was a time when there was players like Lukaku who, doing bits where you're talking about. I think he either just left or did they have a season together, or did Lukaku just gone and Dan James came in? Either way, it fresh in the memory. Either way, same with
Lukaku had gone.
Yeah, and then he came in. So you coming off the back of that, I think he had, because Lukaku's been gone for 2 years, because he had one season at Inter where he did.
He only did 6 months volley, didn't he? It was like get me out of here.
I think they didn't overlap. But you've got that fresh in the memory. You've got Ashley Young fresh in the memory. You've got other players like Smalling fresh in the memory where you sort of just. It's almost like they've just gone stale. And then you have Dan James, who is all energy, all intensity. Yes, sir, no, sir, do whatever you say, tracking back. I think we needed a little bit of that. Obviously, he's not got the quality.
Maybe.
I don't think it was bad that he left, but I think he was not a breath of fresh air because we have players who try hard. But I think we needed someone with his intensity, and I'm not going to knock him for that.
Maybe, and at times he is the right option, or he was the right option to play, and now hopefully Sancho does that different. Just someone that's not coming asking for it to feet, someone who wants it in behind, because you have to be aware of that. Sometimes, and was this a Southampton game? Did we play Pogba and Greenwood on the wings against Southampton? Yeah, that was the time when the entire defence can go, we don't need to worry about anyone coming in behind us here. They're going to play there. And then it's very easy to predict. And actually, even though Dan James is lower quality, technically makes the team worse, his running in behind and demanding it in behind, because guess what? He don't want it to feet, because he can't fucking beat me. So he's going to go around the outside and try and get pace on you. It would have been the right option.
See, as I was saying before, Mason Greenwood nominated for Player of the Month. 3 goals, 3 games. Probably won't get it because Antonio's got 4 goals and 3 assists in 3 games. But to me, he started the season as the most droppable player in the front line because he's the youngest.
Tony.
Yeah, but Tony's already been dropped as far as I was concerned. When you look at what was last season's Rashford, Cavani, Greenwood, that was the main 3 toward the end. He's the most droppable of that. I think
in midnight he's coming and be like, you signed do.
Yeah,
cool.
Watch this. He's now got 9 goals in his last 11 games for United. That is undroppable form.
And an assist.
What do you make of that then? What do you think? Because Sancho, I thought, it's so early days. Didn't blow me away the other day.
No, he hasn't blown me away at all in any of his cameos. No. I don't think he's looked great. The thing is, so what?
No, I'm not knocking him, but I just mean...
But for anyone watching, imagine trying to judge Sancho now.
Yeah, of course.
You've got to remember, this is his first time playing in the Premier League. Yeah. Just because he's an English player, he's actually never played in the Prem. Yeah. So he does have to adjust, and it is different. It definitely is different. There's a little bit more of an intensity and a little bit more of a press all over the place. Yeah. And teams don't know when they're beating the Prem as well, which they do, sadly, in Bundesliga. They do roll over and die. And an English team, or at least in the English Premier League, they don't necessarily think that, rightly or wrongly. Sometimes maybe they should know that they're beat, but sometimes they'll just keep pressing. Mason Greenwood has shocked me with his output. I don't actually think his in-game, game-by-game performance would blow me away.
No.
I think he's been very quiet in those games. His decision-making's been a bit raw, but you will forgive that when he's burying the goals.
Yeah.
And he's been burying the goals. And if he's scoring, well, he's undroppable.
So would you say then, looking forward to the Newcastle game, Ronaldo presumably coming in for that because it's all set up.
Well, is he match fit?
Yeah, exactly. So in your eyes then, what's that front line look like? Because I would say Mason is undroppable at the minute. I think it'd be really unfair, unless he's tired, unless he's not quite fit, but he's had more off than anyone. So unless he's not quite up to match fitness, you cannot drop him.
There's one or two forward lines here, isn't there? I think forward line number 1 is Cavani in the 9, Ronaldo on the left, Greenwood on the right. Oh my God.
Ridiculous.
The other one is Sancho on the left, Greenwood on the right, Ronaldo down the middle, Cavani on the bench.
Right.
Oh my God, Joe, the options.
Yeah, ridiculous. Because that's before obviously Rashford's come back.
Tony Marshall. Oh yeah, Dumar.
See you later. And obviously still
That
Bruno.
was rude, wasn't it?
Obviously still Bruno in behind. Yeah, what's Will laughing at? He might be playing for Hull next season. But yeah,
come on.
The front options are
Hull don't need to stoop to that.
the front line options are ridiculous at the minute. But yeah, I think it's got to include Mason Greenwood. It just has to.
What's interesting is he seems like a weirdly driven kid, possibly like Ronaldo, weirdly driven.
You'd love that.
Yeah, I'm excited for. So Rio told us that it basically like Cavani had took Greenwood under his wing and he was working on some number 9 kind of runs with him. Sensational for starters, because what a mentor. Then Cristiano Ronaldo turns up, and you think physically, if you look at the build of Cavani and you look at the build of Mason, you look at the build of Ronaldo, the Ronaldo physique is closest, I think, to what Mason Greenwood's going to grow into.
Look at Ronaldo when he was 17, 18.
Tall and slender.
Yeah.
Mason.
Yeah.
And you think, wow, okay. Mason's physicality for me is not Premier League level.
No.
So the fact that he's already just blasting goals in.
Yeah.
Because you look at some of the players that broke through. You had... So he's now 4th on the all-time quickest to get to 20 goals, or youngest to get to 20 goals, behind Fowler, who was a bloke at that age, at 18. Rooney, who was a bloke at 14.
2 blokes.
And Michael Owen, who is still not a bloke. But Michael Owen worked on the Messi factor of being very small, ultra quick, and playing on the shoulder. So his pace was advanced enough that he could always play. You remember Michael Owen making his debut in a shirt that looked like a 4XL on him?
Yeah.
Mason's never had that. Mason's come in looking like just an underdeveloped man currently. I think he's going to grow into a right unit, actually.
Yeah.
I think he's going to have like a Ronaldo or an RVP kind of physique once he's finished filling out. But that's different to what Cavani is. Now, if he can learn off, oh my God, Cavani and Ronaldo, 2 consummate professionals, like proper addicted to being better and training. If he learns 50% of what they know, I mean, he's going to be a superstar.
Yeah.
It's inevitable.
I think it's one of those things where when your finishing is that good, you just will have a career at the top level, even if you don't want to. Because there are so few people in the last 10 years coming through academies that are that good in front of goal. It's so rare. Like Pogba's talking about him being one of the best finishers he's ever seen. He's played with some decent players as Paul Pogba. Like Scholes and Carrick and everyone who sees him, everyone who looks at him.
Solskjaer is one of the best finishers I've ever seen.
Yeah.
He was one of the best finishers I've ever seen.
Yeah. And the fact that it's both feet as well, which again is something that, it's so hard to do that. Because I always think, we've said this before I think, but you always think, well, why can't players just get better with their weak foot? If you're right foot, why can't you get better with your left?
Guess what? They're better than you'll ever be with their weak foot.
Do you know how hard it is to be a Premier League player with your strong foot? Let alone trying to bring another one up that we all know it's difficult to use your weak foot and trying to make that Premier League level. Because that foot has to be better than defenders, has to be better than goalkeepers, and your right foot is probably only just a little bit better than them as it is. So they're so good with their weak foot. To be outstanding with both feet, where it's literally like that goal at the weekend on his weak foot.
I'm not sure what foot he is for so long. We know he's left-footed now.
Yeah.
But the fact that he takes free kicks and penalties with his right
just
foot,
unbelievable.
He's a freak.
Yeah.
He's an absolute freak.
Yeah.
In the nicest possible way.
Yeah.
I'll take it any way you want. I don't care.
And whether he wants to or not, he's going to have a very good career in football. And like I said, if he can get that dedication and that, not just professionalism where it's like, yeah, I turn up every day, but it's like, for the next 20 years, I am eating chicken, broccoli and brown rice like Ronaldo does. He will just absolutely fly. And, you know, you're looking at hundreds of goals from Manchester United.
If Ronaldo rubs off on him,
maybe reword that slightly, but yeah.
Take it how you want. If Ronaldo rubs off on him and he's inspired to train half as much as Ronaldo, even if like you can go around to Mason Greenwood's and play on the PlayStation, and he's not making you do table tennis tournaments, if you can go round and he's not like, let's have a press up challenge, like even if he's not that obsessed,
which is what Ronaldo is.
Back to the two-footedness thing, right? And you talk about how you just don't see players using that foot because it's not as natural to them to use that foot as their strong foot. Think about when you see a footballer outside of a stadium, whether they're at training, whether they're in a street, on a photo shoot, look at the tricks and skills that they're able to do. It's mind-blowing. And then you look at them on a pitch in front of 75,000 people, you don't see those tricks.
Or does any skills,
very rarely, because it's so hard just to control the ball and play a pass that we can't even fathom it. We look at, here's the thing, right? Because we see them doing the simple stuff and we see our Sunday League teams doing the simple stuff, you go, what's the difference, right? All right, he's a bit quicker, he's a bit bigger, he's a bit stronger. They can do so much more. So much more than that. But the pace of the Premier League in particular, the pace of the Premier League is so unfathomably quick. I mean, even going from, like Ronaldo's just left Stretford Paddock FC and he's gone 5 leagues higher just into slap bang in the middle of non-league. And all he said is, the speed is mad.
And you look at stuff like, you see goalies doing skills and tricks and kick-ups and control it on the neck, and then someone gives them a pass back and someone's chasing them down. They look like a fool on the ball. and they would be the best striker at Sunday League, the best midfielder, the best defender, the best outfield player you'd ever played with would be David De Gea if you played with him, anyone at home played with him. And yet someone gives him the ball back, he looks like an amateur. Now think how good you have to be doing that.
Well, look at Soccer Aid. That's on the same pitch, so you have similar sort of references to what you've seen like Wayne Rooney and Paul Scholes doing on here. And then you get Ollie Murs on there and you're like, the fuck is this, man? So I mean, that's an extreme example, but even the game he's playing in is slow.
And a lot of those players that are like, obviously famous people now, but they have like decent pedigree in football, like academy players, or, you know, some of them played semi-pro and stuff. Like that Mark Wright has played in a few of them, and he played professional a couple of years ago. Look, shit.
What is it, Tottenham, was it?
No, maybe as a kid, but he played for Fleetwood or someone, didn't he, in just one game. But like, they look terrible compared to what you used to see on those pictures. The level is just unbelievable.
It's absolutely mental, isn't it? Right, there's some boxing going on this weekend. Before we talk about boxing, so England have got a game tonight, 7:45, against Hungary, away. Then they're playing Andorra at home on Sunday. And then this is a weird one. A 3-game international break.
Yeah, very rare. What is this?
Doesn't feel right, that.
No.
But that's Poland.
When's that one?
That is on Wednesday.
Is that away or at home?
Away.
So we've got Poland away on Wednesday, and then 3 o'clock Saturday, you play Newcastle. Do you remember when the Champions League said, if you play on a Wednesday, you're not playing Saturday morning? I know it's not a morning kickoff, but 3 o'clock on a Saturday is...
What's the difference?
2 hours difference.
No, but what's the difference in...
Yeah, and you were away in Poland before that.
No, if United got away on international shoot, is Wan-Bissaka gone?
No.
Mason Greenwood's not gone because he's not having him. Someone was telling me, take this how you want, Mason's pretty much said to England, if you're not fucking starting me, I ain't coming.
Yeah, well.
And I love that.
Yeah, me too.
United
I think
England.
it's one of them where no one doubts that he's England quality. When you've got Patrick Bamford going to England, you know Mason Greenwood could get a game for him. But I don't mind it either. I don't mind this thing of he comes in when he's ready to, when he's fit, when he's got because he's got a career to build at United first, and then, you know, looking at it selfishly, fine.
Sancho's gone, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So is he our only player that's gone?
No, Maguire's gone.
Slabhead.
Varane, just for England. Shaw's gone as well.
All right. So probably shitloads then.
Yeah. They've got loads of international, obviously. Ronaldo, Bruno, Varane.
Ronaldo's booked though, isn't he? So does he come away now?
No, because he's still got the 3rd game. So he's missing the next game, but he's got that 3rd game. He was
Come on.
Yeah, he was talking about, wasn't he, his first 90 minutes since he's been back from the Euros, and he said he felt it a bit.
I'm going to absolutely piss my pants when I see him in Manchester.
Yeah. Can't wait.
Next week?
Everyone's at that game as well, aren't they? I got tickets for that before I even knew that Ronaldo was playing. My dad rang me about a month ago. He was like, got tickets for the Newcastle game. And I've got, because the rest you have to just put yourself in the ballot for.
Are you coming, Will?
Probably taking Joe.
Do you want to come?
Actually, no, I can't. I'm at Park Life.
He can't come because he's at Park Live.
Fucking loser.
But everyone's going.
Ben's coming.
Yeah, everyone's going. So yeah, can't wait for that. Absolutely can't. That'll be the first time I've seen Bruno at Old Trafford, because what was he played for like 3 games before lockdown?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
No, I've seen him play. I have seen him play, yeah.
I ain't seen Cavani, obviously. Obviously, I ain't seen Sancho. No one's seen Ronaldo. I ain't seen Varane.
I can't wait. I don't know what to sing first. Viva Ronaldo or the Cavani song.
Both at once. Do a verse of each,
God.
like London's Burning.
I don't know if I just get absolutely twisted again.
No, you got to remember it.
Yeah, but do you know how much I enjoyed the Leeds game? Because I was
Blooded.
ruined.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it was superb. All right, so that's the England games, which are obviously potentially, not just the England games, but the qualifiers that are potentially going to balls everyone's weekend up next weekend. Don't you dare. You know what I'm saying. Don't you fucking dare.
Yeah, we need to beat Newcastle.
No, I'm not wrong about that. No. What about the injuries thing? Oh. Don't you fucking dare. Yeah, fuck that. So there's boxing on this weekend.
Who we got?
It is Mauricio Lara against Josh Warrington. Warrington's in a must-win situation, says Will's notes.
Is he? Why?
I'll tell you. Apparently in February, Warrington was expected to plough Lara and move on to bigger fights. However, Lara dominated the fight from start to finish, and he put him on his arse in the 4th, sent him packing with the 2nd and final knockdown in the 9th to notch a massive upset and hand Warrington the first loss of his career. Took a little bit for Warrington to get over the setback, and now they're fighting in Edinley in Leeds on Saturday.
Interesting. Would have nice to have seen him get ploughed, obviously, but you know it wasn't to be. Hopefully he can win that one.
Yeah, we'll do a bit of ploughing.
Speaking of ploughing, just reminds me, what did you make of Tyron Woodley, former UFC middleweight champion?
Welterweight, middleweight.
I can't remember. Welterweight. Former welterweight champion losing to YouTuber Jake Paul in a boxing fight.
For one, I agree with Tyron. It probably should have been a 10-8 round in the last one. Some of them, the scoring was bonkers for starters.
But regardless of whether it should have been a 10 or whatever, it was close and it wasn't a robbery.
No, it was. What's mad is that Jake and his brother have actually managed to make these things look competitive. Now, there are some factors. Weight classes exist for a reason. And I spoke about this to so many people about how, boxing especially, because boxing is such a 2D sport. Yeah.
It's like hieroglyphics, isn't it?
Literally, yeah. It's such a 2D sport that you can take a lot of people to the distance that you maybe don't have a right to even be in there with.
Yeah.
Like I've sparred Brendan and stuff like that. Standing up, I have got zero hope of winning, but I can stay stood up.
Yeah.
And I can cover up and defend. MMA is a bit different. You can get someone out of there 47 different ways.
Yeah.
And I think that opens the doors. These guys have been fighting, because he fought, was it him that fought...
the basketball player?
No, oh my God, Ben Askren. Who fought Ben Askren?
Yeah, that was him.
He fought Ben Askren, not his brother.
No, Jake Paul, Logan fought Mayweather. I'm pretty sure it was Jake that fought Askren.
Right, so he's fought 2 wrestlers.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing, people go, you MMA champions. Yeah, that used wrestling to set everything up that they did.
Yeah.
Tyron used the threat of double-legging the shit out of you to throw bombs. And he hit him with a sweet right hand, did that. Probably should have put him down, to be honest.
Almost knocked him out.
But they're fighting wrestlers.
Yeah.
It's incredibly smart from their point of view.
It's great because, I mean, obviously, it is horrifically embarrassing for Tyron Woodley.
Yeah.
Like, and MMA and UFC in general, I think, has took a beating with these last 2, literally and metaphorically. But especially the fact that Woodley was UFC champion, and he did it by knocking people out. Yeah. I know he wasn't a boxer, but
that's it. The perception is, I saw him punch fuck out of loads of people.
Yeah, was it Lawler he just destroyed?
Oh, that was one of the most devastating right hands I've ever seen.
Like, that's what he did, and then you're fighting a YouTuber who, admittedly, has been doing boxing pretty solidly for 3 years, which, gets you somewhere.
Exclusively.
But not I've been a fighter for, 12, 13 years professionally, like Tyron Woodley has.
The thing that people aren't talking about enough, and I touched on it a second ago, is weight classes are real and they exist for a reason.
Especially in boxing, when it's such a micro adjustment between the weight classes.
You could put Brock Lesnar in with Floyd Mayweather and it would definitely go the distance. Yeah. Floyd Mayweather is not knocking Brock Lesnar out.
No.
Not at all. He just doesn't have the power to knock a man out twice his weight.
Yeah.
You just don't.
No.
There's a reason weight classes are
Especially
real.
when you've got your hands up and you can't knee you in the bollocks to open you up and then fucking dig you.
Yeah.
MMA
is a different story. And that might sound like sour grapes from an MMA fan over boxing, but boxing's 2D. And at the highest level, boxing's beautiful. And I'm a big Lomachenko guy. I like attacking boxing rather than defensive boxing over that sort of style of thing. What they've done though is they've really, fucking Mika Richards just called out Rio.
Did they?
For a boxing.
Who would win that, you think?
Who the fuck knows?
Either. Rio's bigger, isn't
he? Yeah. Mika Richards ain't small, but I'm sure he's only 6 foot.
Yeah, he's not 6'3", is he?
No.
That'd be fun though.
The thing is though, I think like Logan Paul and JSI made like 11 million. No one is rich enough to say, fuck 11 million off.
No.
What? To dance around with someone who's probably not going to kill me? Mate, I'd let a prime Tyson uppercut me for 11 million. Nude.
Would you?
Yeah.
Would you?
Fucking right, I would, yeah.
Have you ever seen that thing, that question, right? Here's a question. You've probably seen it. A lot of people at home will have seen it, but I want to get your take on this. There is a sort of I don't want to call it a proverb, but it's almost like a sort of a test. So, you have to have a fight with Mike Tyson, right? For every age old he is, for every year old he is, when you take this fight, you get $1 million. How old are you? Which Mike Tyson are you fighting?
Wait.
So if you fight a 16-year-old Mike Tyson, you get $16 million. If you fight a 30-year-old, you have to win.
Cool. I'll fight a 104-year-old Mike Tyson.
He doesn't exist. I personally would fight an 8-year-old Mike Tyson. I think anything after that, and I've got real trouble on my hands. I don't know
seen
when
him at 14.
Yeah. Oh, no chance. He's got a back like a barn door at 14.
He looks like Anthony Joshua at 14.
Yeah, I ain't fighting him at 14. I was my first thought when someone asked me this, I thought 11, pre-puberty, or 10 maybe pre-puberty, and I thought I need to drop a couple of years off that because I'm pretty certain I can beat up an 8-year-old.
How old is he now?
Like 50.
Do I have to box him?
Yeah, it's a boxing match.
That's a problem.
I think I can beat up any 8-year-old in the world.
I think I could grapple him.
Yeah, but those fists. So it's a boxing match. You have to box him. You have to beat him.
To box him,
Yeah.
He's 55.
he's 55.
So if you win, if you win now, you get 55 million, but you're not winning.
No, you're not. No. And here's the joke, we were talking about footballers and how so good they look.
Yeah.
I mean, we all watched and cried and then laughed at Snoop Dogg's commentary of Roy Jones Jr. and Mike Tyson. Yeah. Do you know how fucking fast they would murder you?
Yeah.
Like, you can put Logan Paul in with Mike Tyson. Dead.
Yeah. And hilarious.
And hilarious, yeah. And even though Mike Tyson looks like a shadow of... He's still fucking Mike Tyson. Yeah, I might be brave than you and go with a 10-year-old.
Yes! Stephen Howson versus a 10-year-old Mike Tyson.
What's this boy waiting at?
This boy who hasn't even started boxing training yet.
He's not even Mike yet.
Yeah, exactly. Michael Tyson Jr. You're fighting against this 40-year-old.
How much does he weigh at 10 though?
Probably about 106 pounds.
No, he was thick.
Not at 10?
Yeah.
No one's thick at 10.
No, he was though. That was why he was a problem.
You don't
because
have
he was
puberty until you're at least 11.
Yeah, but he was thick. He was already like robbing people at 8.
10-year-old.
Yeah, he was carrying a fucking knife and shit.
With his shorts that are like falling down because they don't make him small enough and all that. Imagine me just cracking the shit out of an 8-year-old Mike Tyson, then walking out with $8 million.
And then trying to tell people it's for a fight.
What you will see in the next 10 years, you will see why I did this. But for now, this is an untrained, skinny 8-year-old. And I've kicked the shit out of him.
$8 million quid,
yeah,
so
like
shut up.
When you go back to 1901 and you killed baby Hitler, you're like, what the fuck? Just wait 30 years. Oh, wait, shit, it won't have ever happened. See,
let me show you this book.
Yeah, exactly.
I brought from my
brought these horrible histories back with me, and this fella here with a little tash, I've just killed him. I've just twisted his head off. So yeah, I'm getting 8 million, you're getting 10. Well done.
Yeah, I think 55-year-old Mike. I wonder how long you would need, because with a bit of training, and I'm talking like 3 or 4 years of training, you can become a fucking killer. But I don't know if you're ever going to be a killer enough to fight an old age pensioner Mike Tyson. When he gets to 60, if I trained for 5 years now and
60.
fought Mike Tyson at 60, there's still enough horsepower in him to blast my face into
You
oblivion.
need an 8-year-old Mike Tyson.
Yeah,
when he's just drinking cheese
He's going to
through
have
a
to have like osteoarthritis.
Yeah.
He's going to have trouble walking. He's going to have a permanent stoop.
Yeah.
And
he needs to have had 2 or 3 transplants. I don't know whether it's organs, bones, brains, faces.
Some new shit, yeah.
But he needs to be working on some new
Because he's
shit.
still he looks skinny for Mike Tyson, but he's still a thick human being.
He's not as skinny as he was when he was 8-year-old and I knocked him out. I'm going to tell you that much. He'll never be back to that size. Yeah.
So, is this the next stage? I literally...
What?
No,
Time travel?
No, not time travel children fighting.
Oh. What a sport.
No, I'm talking about are we going to see...
TTCF. New time travel children fighting. I go back and beat up an 8-year-old Julius Caesar. Wonderful sport. Go on.
Are we going to see some footballers get into the ring? I don't think the people of the profile of Rio or Micah Richards. I think Micah Richards carved out a brilliant niche for himself as the guy that laughs his bollocks off now.
But Jay Bothroyd?
There's some, isn't there?
Yeah. What about someone like, what's he called, that striker that used to play for Sheffield Wednesday? Gary Medine.
Wow. Can I throw Pascal Chimbonda in there?
Pascal Chimbonda versus Gary Medine, boxing. I reckon Gary Medine would do that because he's a bit of a nutter. He's a big lad.
Is it enough?
But he ain't got loads of money in the bank.
Yeah, but he's got a thing is the profile is why KSI Logan Paul worked, not because...
So which players' profile outweighed their total money earned by a lot?
Oh.
Do you know what I mean? So you've still got the name, but he hasn't got 50 mil in the bank like, Ronaldinho has. Maybe someone like, who would have spent it? Adriano is exactly who I was going to say, because he spent it. He spent it on pies and birds, and he has. That's what he calls them. I don't call them that. I'm not sexist, but he says that. He spent all his money, Adriano. Definitely.
Who else then? So we nailed Adriano. It's sad. It's Gaza.
Oh.
I'm not wrong though, am I?
We can't sanction that. Cut that. We can't sanction this.
Leave it in.
What about?
But I'm right though. That's the profile of player you're looking at, isn't it?
Adriano versus Gaza. No, because Gaza's false teeth will come out.
Press conference would be mad.
Maybe like Balotelli. Because I don't know. Yeah. Obviously, he's earned loads of money, but he's known for being a reckless spender, isn't he? I don't know. He's lost all his money. But
I know a guy that was Angolan that lived in Manchester while he was here, and because he was from Angolan, basically Balotelli was like, "I'm Angolan. Let's be friends," and he just used to give him money. And this guy had a normal job and would he worked at my friend's bank and would just be like every Monday morning he'd put like $8,000 in.
So we're talking Adriano versus Balotelli.
Oh yeah.
And then if one of them falls out, you've got Daniel Sturridge waiting in the wings.
Is he still playing? Are you sure? No, are you sure he's not still playing?
I'm not sure, no.
Who else?
He's a free agent.
Who else could there be? Go on,
There'd be loads. Loads in that bracket. I reckon Charlie Nicholas, I know he'll pull the gloves on.
Not Charlie Adam.
Charlie Adam would. He's already doing that.
Not a big enough name, I don't think.
Dog fating. There'd be loads.
Yeah.
David Bentley?
Adriano's, he's not doing it.
Do you not think so? Football Fighting League.
I'll get all about it.
FFL. Football Fighting League, where we get the football fighters boxing each other.
That I think does bits.
Scott Brown versus Scott Down.
Didn't this all start with Ocho Cinco in America? Didn't he?
O.J. Simpson?
No, Ocho Cinco.
Oh. Chad Ocho Cinco?
Yeah.
Oh, what did he do?
Didn't he fight someone?
Did he?
Google Will. Did he fight?
Yeah, Brian Maxwell.
Oh yeah, Brian Maxwell.
Oh yeah, Brian Maxwell.
But there you go, he fought. So did he start this shit?
Maybe.
That's what I'm thinking.
We need to trace
Sonny
it
Bill
back.
Williams also got in the mixer with this a little bit.
Yeah.
There's a couple of people that are fucking ground zero for this. Because it wasn't KSI Logan Paul, even though I think that
they really popularised it.
Yeah, they had the big fucking bang with it, I think. What they did was insane. Literally insane.
Yeah.
I went.
Did you?
Yeah.
Was it good?
Who gave me a free ticket?
True Geordie?
I think it was actually. Might have been.
Because he commentated the first one, didn't he?
Yeah, because my son wanted to go. So I was like, whatever. Oh, it's insane. I was behind a couple, a gentleman and a lady who, of course, like, have you ever been to an arena where 104% of the arena are vlogging?
No.
Bonkers. Bonkers. And Badu Jack was in there.
Yeah.
Top fucking fight horror.
Yeah, really good.
And he was sitting just to the left of me. You know, I'm there to see the spectacle. And I didn't pay, so who gives a fuck?
You thought about it?
What?
Boxing.
I was offered.
Were you?
Yeah, I think.
When?
I think no, not boxing. It's MMA.
When?
I wanted way too much money from him.
Wait, so you were going to fight another YouTuber?
That Fame MMA thing.
Yeah.
I think we're going to talk about it now. I think.
Go on.
There was like, we'd really like you to go on this thing. So I was like, I look at the contracts and all the rest of that sort of stuff. I told him how much I wanted, and he went, "We're not paying you that." And I was like, "Well, I'm not fucking doing it now.
How much did you want?
I'm not telling you on camera."
Because is it more than 100 grand?
No.
Oh, it's not that mental then.
Well, it's pretty mental still.
Near 100 grand. So did they want you to fight another YouTuber, or did they just want you to come in their organisation?
No, they wanted to fight on a YouTuber.
Really? Do you know who it was?
for about
What
2 years
Justine,
ago,
was
wasn't
it?
I don't know who it was.
Okay. She's about £125, that would be right.
I don't know who it
What
was.
about you fighting 2 female YouTubers?
Weird.
Funny though.
But I was open to the consideration of doing it.
Yeah.
Obviously, 2 of my friends are fucking top 20 fucking fighters in their weight class in the world. Like, I would have no trouble finding high level training. Obviously, I've got a bit of a background in catch wrestling, and obviously I've fought amateur MMA anyway. It's not as mental as it sounds, but it's like, when I decide I'm doing something, well, I'm all in. So you ain't seeing me on a video for 3 months on any channel.
That would be so funny though. If you just did a UFC, you versus, let's just say it's Will N.E., even though it wasn't, and him battering you. After all of it he does you step out, your calf goes, and he just booted you in the air. But yeah, I'd have loved to have seen that. I wish you'd have done that. If they came back again now, would you do it?
Considering what I told you earlier about my knee.
Oh yeah. He knelt down on his bed and he got electrocuted in his hip or something.
No, I think I've got several things wrong with my knee.
Good. It's always good to have. But you know what? I think we'll stitch that knee up and get you in there with some poor YouTuber.
Before I'm 40.
Yeah. Before you're 40, one last dance. You just kicking the shit out of some 14-year-old from Luton. He's like, "What's going on, guys?" And you're like,
I do Pokemon, what's going on?
off your head on all the steroids, and he's just like, "Help, I'm blocking this." Fantastic.
Yeah, I was open to the idea. I had a conversation with him about it, and I don't think it went well for him. I think there was a bit of a scandal that they weren't paying people afterwards.
Oh, so you got lucky. Well done.
Especially with what I asked for. That would have been the last one of getting paid, I think.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, that was it. I think it was, I'm not going to say.
Say it.
No, I'm not going to say.
You can always cut it out, say it.
No, I'm not going to say.
What, who the YouTuber was?
Yeah, I think I remembered.
Go on, say it!
No.
Go!
Look, he's gutted.
I can't believe this. Can I guess?
Yeah, go on, I'll give you one
Was
guess.
it Robbie from Our Stuff on TV?
No.
Oh, that'd have been so good. Imagine. You versus Robbie.
He's about 24 stone.
Yeah, any weight class he'd do you.
Right, cheers for tuning in. I don't know where the hell that conversation
Ended up in your potential
Yeah.
amateur MMA career coming back.
I think it's classed as pro.
Fantastic.
It's certainly white collar or something, isn't
Even
it? I don't
better.
know what the hell they class it as. I think actually it was classed as white collar.
Yeah.
So you got expenses.
Yeah.
Mine was substantial. So they didn't do it. And but you know.
Was it Ty?
What?
Was it Ty from Arsenal Fan TV? No. I know it was one of them from Arsenal Fan TV.
It wasn't. It wasn't a football YouTube. Oh, hang on. No.
Oh, it was. It was Ty.
I think he does do football YouTube. Anyway, cheers for tuning in. Maybe you'll find out one day, maybe you won't. See you in a bit. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, five-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.